just joined us already.
All right.
Before our even before our moderator.
Nice.
Oh, I am so sorry, Christy. Hold on. I don't know what I did here. Wait, what did I do? I don't know what I did. All right, I'm hitting buttons, so.
That's not good.
I hit the wrong share button.
Okay.
It popped up in another screen.
Oh boy. Well, welcome to Hearth Sagas. We are back live. I'm Renee Anderson. I'm owner of War Maidens, and we'll spend some time together this evening. I have a couple of things on the agenda for tonight. We're going to talk about some projects. We'll talk about some of the things coming off the Oseberg loom and what I'm starting here, the project I've just started warping on. Talk a little bit about what I've got going on the Inkle loom. I'll show you some projects that got finished. We will talk about our upcoming adventures here, which will be exciting. And we'll read another installment of our saga about Gisli the Outlaw. So we'll do a little recap a little bit later on. We'll kind of treat that as our Viking bedtime story here tonight. And spend a little time chatting and projecting and just visiting tonight. And we should have a good time. So I think last time I had one project I had been just thrashing on the poor Oseberg loom here, and I hadn't quite gotten it done. It took a couple of weeks for me to get it done. It was a long project, much longer than I typically do, so it turned out to about 132 inches, which is actually pretty nice because that gives you about 3 to 4 yards of project. So this is the blue and white burqa that I was working on. So it's a fairly wide band because I am using a rug warp for the warp fiber. I got another one started on the loom now, so I finally finished that one. It was really nice to get that one done. I hate when I've got a project that is half done and it just kind of lingers there. So I am very happy it's off the loom. The burqa is a little more complicated weaving, and I am getting a project ready to go to a festival with us. So I thought an Oseberg pattern on my Oseberg loom sounds like a good thing to bring to a festival. So this is with a rug weighted warp. So I think I showed you the warp. It came from Ability Weavers, and I was very excited to get it in. So it is going to be brown and burgundy and white, and I am very excited to see what this looks like when I get started. So I've got, how many cards do I have down here? 6 cards. It will be, I think, 11. So not quite as many cards as the burqa, but it will be a very symmetrical pattern. So usually with the Oseberg, I try to keep all of the twist fairly neutral just because it's easier for me. My warp doesn't get all tangled up on itself, and I can just get more length out of my project. This I warped down to about that same 150 inches, so it should be about 132 inches when I get done. So really excited. This is going to be very geometric. I'm really looking forward to it. The colors look phenomenal just sitting here as strings. So I think it's going to be kind of gorgeous. It's going to be kind of earthy, but with a pop of that white color. It's going to be really, really nice. So looking forward to getting that one started, but I've got a couple more cards to go. When I go to festivals, I like to be somewhat authentic. So I have wooden cards that I use. Just It is exactly what you would have seen the Viking weavers do. They might have used stone, but wood cards would have been absolutely period correct. So I try to be somewhat authentic. This I will be weaving in our booth when we are there. So that kind of brings me to our next adventure here. We did a craft show last weekend. We streamed live from our Legion Hall when we were getting set up. So you got to see what our booth kind of looks like. That was the small booth. We will be in a tent with a canvas cover next weekend. So we leave for Ohio on Thursday. And we will be setting up and live streaming, hopefully, from our booth at the Geauga Fairgrounds for the Village Viking Festival. So looking forward to that. The organizers are absolutely fabulous to work with. Hoping to, have a good face-to-face meeting next week. So yeah, we are getting ready to go. There's a little bit of frenzy going on here. So my bind ruin this week is peace and tranquility. I just felt like I needed a little bit of that today. So that was the bind ruin that I'm kind of rocking today. So I just okay, take a deep breath. It has been one of those frenzy weeks. I think we are in a 8-week stretch. I have some work travel that gets thrown in there just for some complications here, but got a lot of weekends planned in the next 8 weeks. So
Speaking of work, didn't you have someone?
oh yeah. So this is getting some traction. I got people at work very excited to look into some of the crazy I'm doing here. Caught my work boss completely off guard. It's like, you're doing what? Yeah, I'm live streaming on Friday night. My Viking dance partner was absolutely aghast. He's like, what are you doing? I was live streaming. I'm sorry, I couldn't pick up your message. You're doing what? And so it was kind of fun. He's like, I gotta watch that. But I know he's dancing tonight. He's competing. So please focus on your dancing. Don't worry about this. I need you to focus on your dancing. So no distractions. So the Oseberg loom is getting strung back up. One project is off, another one's going right back on. This loom will travel with us when we go to festival. This is the one that I like to have in my booth. So we'll have a very, how did the organizer, a very organic experience just with all of our weaving and just the stuff that we do. So we'll have our finished tablet woven bands there, but I'll be working on another one. If things go the way they typically are, this one will get finished and probably sold before we're done with the festival. So
That usually is how it goes.
yeah, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm perfectly okay with that. So I kind of showed you the latest project. I did put up another project on the ankle loom. So this is an Icelandic pattern. I realized I had some thread that looked like it just needed something. So very, very geometric. So that diamond pattern. So this will be probably in that 60-inch neighborhood. So it's got that light blue. It's got a little bit of white in it, but not enough. Yellow, red. So 4 colors on this one. I'll probably work on this one at some point in time this evening. It's a very, very repetitive, yes, that word, repetitive pattern. So something I can do while I'm chatting. So working on some fire starters. These will come with us. So our start was really in repurposed and upcycled materials, and this is straight up. So egg cartons, and since we pour candles, we use that leftover wax, but then I take some of the sawdust from Tira's wood projects and then the cottonseed, and I grow cotton in my greenhouse. I just moved the plants outside, so they are having a happy day here. Starting to like the weather. And so yes, they work great when we have a fire in our fire pit. That's usually what I use, or if I'm doing a bonfire out in the field in the winter time.
We got it.
I will use that to start it. So I think I used maybe a couple. Our bonfire this year.
Oh yeah,
In
more than
January
a couple.
was
Just say.
Was a bit huge. We hadn't been able to burn. We hadn't had enough snow. We have to have like 6 inches of snow to be able to do our bonfire, but I think I paced it off. And
30 feet?
30 feet. It was like burning a ship. So it was fun. I mean, we had the swords out, the mead was out, we had a fire. What more do you want in the middle of January? So actually, it was
We
early
might do
January.
it again next year.
Oh,
Who knows?
absolutely. I'm stacking boards out there already. So probably won't be as big because I won't have time to pile it up quite that deep. But
Oh no.
we're working on it. Okay.
Yep, we're already
Okay.
working on it.
Okay. Well, burn the boat. It's a good thing.
How did you want to go out as
Burn the boats. Yep, absolutely.
She told us, all of her daughters, that she wanted to go out with a bang for her funeral. So, listed off what
Banjos and bagpipes.
Yep.
Yep, burn the boats.
Burn the
absolutely.
boat. Mead, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And of course food.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
A barbecue pig, or that might be a little macabre.
It'll be okay. I mean, I like a barbecue.
I don't even think you can actually technically do any of that.
Probably not. Probably not.
It's okay.
So yes, let's see. What have you been? You've worked on some stuff that's kind of fun.
Which thing?
Which thing? So you got the red necklace back here. Didn't you finish that one this week?
Yeah, you might have to bring that closer though.
Okay, I can do that. So yeah, this was one of this week's creations. So I like that very much. What are the stones that you have in that one?
That one, I think it's mostly hematite and onyx, if I remember right.
Okay.
I like how cracked glass looks in sunlight. I mean, if you were to hold it in the actual beam from the skylight there, it would glow very much.
Yeah, so we had a good weekend last weekend. Saturday sales were pretty good. I actually sold a regular denim duster, kind of scared myself a little bit. I thought I had way more inventory. So this week has been an absolute thrash because I think I did the math. And if I am at my current pace, it will take me until July to get back to the inventory levels I had hoped to be at. So,
and I asked you.
I know, and I was firmly convinced I knew how much I had, and I was wrong. Nope. So yeah, I am absolutely.
A moderator said that turned out really cool, the necklace.
Oh yes, I will be doing denim for a while. It was what it looks like. So I was supposed to be working on some racing uniforms for a friend of mine who's got a race car that he's running. She's running down in Hallett this weekend. So, but that is kind of keeps getting pushed out a little bit. So I am going to hear about that one here pretty soon. So I know I've got some new patches that I have to go sew on those things, and I have one more shirt I have to do. So a little bit of work to do there, but denim first. So yeah, no, I've been cutting up jeans and having a good time.
And make sure to tap that screen, guys. Let us know that you still like what you're seeing. Lets us know what you want to see and what you don't want to see.
Absolutely. So yeah, we've got work going on to get all of the booth set up and everything, all the pieces together. I think we were going through the list and what do we have to do yet? And a little bit of thrashing going on here, trying to get prepared to get on the road. But exciting stuff. So this will be one of a few events here. So if you're out in Ohio, near Burton, that is where we will be next weekend. Come out and find us. The festival starts at 6:00 on Friday, and the Saturday and Sunday is 10 to 5, both of those days, rain or shine. And I've been watching the weather, so it looks like we are going to have some fabulous weather out there. The lake can be a little unpredictable, but our weather has been great other than the rain we had.
It's been a little muggy, but
Yeah, yesterday was a little gross, and there was thunder. It was
thunderstorm.
Yes. I looked at our backyard. We have some lowland by us, and there were some puddles, so that's okay. That's okay. We didn't have any excitement other than that, which is perfectly fine. So yeah, this project, if I wasn't doing denim, I would probably be done in a day or two on this one. But this will probably be after hours work in our booth. I will leave the Oseberg loom in the booth and just work on that from there. I'll probably bring some spinning too, just because that's always good to do. I saw that they are going to have a flax demonstration, basically field to fiber, which is very exciting. I wish I wasn't working the booth because I would absolutely love to go.
I'm sure we could probably find a window for you to go check it out.
I saw that they had one of the breaks for flax, which I'm very interested in seeing just how period correct that is, because that is one of the, not as concerned about the breaks for the flax. It's the scutching that is kind of my huge, it's so messy. It's just so messy. And I just don't have a sketching knife. And so that is kind of where I kind of fall apart when I am processing flax. I will probably put flax in the greenhouse this year. It's period correct, easy to grow. I haven't done it for a while.
You'll have to figure out how to get it to work with.
Yeah, I've got pieces of flax everywhere, and I just haven't gotten it to fiber yet. So I have some work to do there. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's, like I said, it's a very temperate fiber material. So I was disappointed. I've been waiting to see if my black hollyhock has come up, but it looks like my gophers have overwintered and eaten it. So very, very grumpy about that. I was gonna talk about this last week, and I didn't. So these are some heddles that I got from Ability Weavers. These are polyester heddles. I've got yarn heddles right now that I'm using. I am doing a spot Bronson lace on my rigid heddle loop. Yes, Tira's giving me a weird look.
What?
A spot Bronson lace. So basically, it has a weft. Yes, it has a weft float, and it gives my woven fabric texture, and it's going to be really cool. So I've got a full width poncho on the loom that has been there for a while, and I think this is going to help me get to finishing faster. So I got a bunch of these heddles, and I'm hoping they slide better. So I have 2 heddle sticks in the back that help me keep my lace pattern going. But the ones that I have on there right now either fall off or don't slide on my fiber.
That's a mouthful for what it's called. It's
So yes, I'm kind of excited to get this reset so I can get this project off the loom and I can get on to other things. So again, hate seeing projects sitting on the loom and me not working on it. So that is a thing. It is a little frustrating when I'm not making progress, and it's so fun to do when it works, but it's just not working. So we need to reassess and readjust and just do it differently. So the yarn heddles that I have on there just aren't right. So
and we have Nights and Pints right after.
Let's see. Yes. So we're going to just do a family outing up to the Wolf Center when we get back from Ohio. And then we are to Nights and Pints, which is a local brewery in Minnetonka. We did that event last year and it was so much fun.
Such a blast.
So we've got the armed combat going on outside. I think they do a unique brew for that weekend.
A couple of them, actually, if I remember right. That or they just changed the names. I'm not sure.
I'm looking forward to that. The weather was really cold on us last year. Tira was fine. I was about
I'm prepared for.
I was about a layer light, and it was windy. It wasn't like brutally cold, but we like to be outside with the armored combat folks because that's where all the fun is.
We come from a heritage where they kept warm all winter.
And
I took their advice.
yeah, I was thinking it was going to be warmer where we were, and it was not. So
my costumes are always so dense that
yes.
it's usually I'm like stripping off like layer after layer, just like there's too much.
So I was looking. I've been watching the forecast just so I know what to plan for. I've seen some videos of them in absolutely wet, so rain or shine. It's like got a plan for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like we're actually going to have some really nice weather next weekend.
I'm excited.
I am too. I mean, low in the upper 30s, so it'll be a little cool in the mornings, but it looks like middle 50s in the afternoon and sunshiny, which sounds about perfect for people wearing fur. So.
Yeah. And leather armor with thick padding underneath.
All of that stuff. Yes,
It
looks like we will have dry and a reasonable temperature. So I think that is going to be fun. We've done events when it's been 90 degrees outside, and
those were brutal.
That's a different kind of planning. I do love linen for that though.
Yeah.
That is the okay. I can wear a long linen tunic and
not worry about it.
Yep. I mean, sweating, yes, absolutely, but actually it wasn't bad. I mean, I drank a lot of water, but for Jaybird, is that where we were? That was sweaty. That was sweaty.
That's why I made sure that we had water, because it's like I'm not playing that game.
I have not drank that much water, and okay, so yes, we brought the mead home with us. We didn't drink it there; it was too hot to be doing that. So, yes.
Wait, no, I had mead.
You had mead. I did not. I just had water. Just water. So that was kind of fun and exciting. Yeah, so it'll be Nights and Pints, and then we've got a Swappers meet on Memorial Day. So Nights and Pints will be, full Viking at that point in time.
We'll be back before for Swappers. We'll be back before we have to stream, so we'll be in the studio for those days. Yeah, so I think. So it's kind of nice being back in the studio. It was okay being at the Legion Hall. It's just different. I mean, I've got much more fun ambiance here in the studio. It's just kind of my workspace anyway. So it's our happy place.
It's our So yeah, it's fun to be here. We will be in our booth next weekend.
We'll be streaming from the event, so
yeah.
I'm sure I still have to talk to their people over there, but we might have someone from the event organization might pop in, say hi. We'll see.
Yeah. So looking forward.
Because they'll have the drum circle at what? 5?
6 o'clock is what I think their post said. So yes, very much so.
The dog is very sad.
Yes, sad puppy. Sad puppy.
She just doesn't like stairs.
Well, I don't. Yeah, well, that's a decision that she just needs to make for herself here. So,
well. There was something else we were going to talk about. Oh my goodness, why am I blanking on this?
So I think we were going to talk a little bit about the schedule at Village Viking Festival. So it starts Friday at 6 with the drum circle, and then it's 10 to 5 both Saturday and Sunday. I haven't seen a lot of the schedule there, so
Yeah, I haven't gotten access to the program yet.
yeah, I looked earlier today and it wasn't posted yet. So, but I've seen some of the entertainers that they've got coming. It should be exciting. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
said, the flax demonstration I caught.
Oh gosh, there was another vendor that I was interested in possibly perusing her shop.
Well, they have a tattoo artist coming too. I saw that. I
Yeah,
was like, ooh,
yeah.
ooh.
I'm excited. There's going to be like a lot of stuff based off of the list that I'm seeing.
So it could be fun and exciting. Well, it will be fun and exciting. It's not could be. It will be fun and exciting.
Oh yeah, and festivals are always so much fun. It's so immersive.
So this is kind of the beginning of the season for everybody here. So yeah. So hopefully we have planned well, and we will have to figure out how much extra merchandise we are going to carry for the weekend. And I'm sure I will guess wrong. There will be something
Okay,
I just forget.
But this
or
always
don't.
happens. We always underestimate.
You know, I've been watching, the chat rooms and how much extra do you bring, and
All of it.
yeah, well, no space for all of it, but as much as we can carry, yes. So yeah, all of
Because
that.
I know last year at Viking Fest, Minnesota, we sold out of a lot of things.
Yes. So there was a lot of thrashing when we got back into the studio after the weekend. And that will happen. I mean, regardless.
Yeah.
And at some point in time, you just have to say, okay, I can't make any more because I really need to sleep at some point in time here. Because that has been my thing.
What? You can't fuel your life off of caffeine and hope?
So there have been a lot of, I'm awake at 2, I'm stressing about something, I might as well just get up and work. So here I am up in the loft weaving something. So
I think I surprised you this morning.
yes, you were actually moving before I was. It was weird. It was very weird. It's like, what
Haunting the
is this?
house in silence.
It's like, why is there noise coming from the loft? Alrighty then. So yeah, no, it was good.
I was getting videos done-ish.
That's good.
Ish.
Yeah. And the blacksmith's out been thrashing on the trailer, so that's good.
And the dog is not liking that he is outside.
No, well, it's a thing. It is a thing.
She's been like glued to my hip all day.
Well, I've had the office door closed because I was on calls, so I had a bunch of salesmen call on me today, so it's like, okay, well, Friday afternoon, right, great.
Did you want to show this?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Tara has been working on one of her projects here. Let me finish this pattern so I don't lose my place. That would be bad and make me sad. So the dog apparently cannot read the on-air sign. So
You can go through there. Wait, no, over here. Hey. There you go. Yep.
yeah, she cannot read. She cannot read. Can't read. Yeah, just can't read. I will put this down. So Tara has been working on this mobile. So kind of fairy. So wood and fairies. And
Well, I suppose they can't really see that from there. Here, bring it closer. Tiny little fairy.
Yeah. So something a little lighter than what she has done before. So kind of fun and exciting. I
And
like
they dance.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So yeah, I think we made a list of all of the projects we're trying to get done between now and
Next
go. Yeah, and it's actually a pretty big list of things that still need to transpire here. So not that that surprises me a whole lot, but and we have been actually fairly diligent just working on stuff, but it's just always
there's
sneaks
always-
up on you.
Yeah.
Always sneaks up on you.
The dog's just sniffing in the corner over here.
I don't know.
Are you sick? You can't go down. There you go. There you go. Okay. There. She's currently hiding under a table.
With a sad look on her face.
Well, she always has a sad look on her
Yeah.
face.
Yes.
That's just how her face is.
Just gonna try every little scrap you find on the floor, but it's mostly denim lint up here.
Well, it could be tasty.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it should be tasty.
You never know.
So getting the trailer ready to go, I made a really large Amazon purchase the other day, and the poor Amazon driver showed up with a bunch of stuff today, and I guess it was pretty comical on the whole delivery. Teeny tiny Amazon driver and a massive pile of boxes, and not just one. So
Did it stack the whole front step?
I walked, well, so blacksmith moved it into the house, so I didn't see it on the step. And I walked in and it's like, I got to start breaking these boxes down because I can't even move to the front door right now. But apparently this Amazon driver tried to do it in one trip. It was just,
I can just see it. I'm like picturing like old Looney Tunes, like
Yes.
holding the packages that are
And-
stacked to the ceiling.
the blacksmith's description is almost identical to that. It's like, okay.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that is too funny.
I would have been 2 trips. That would have just been me. But,
Well, I would too, but and make sure again, guys, if you like what you're seeing, hit that tab. I know sharing also gets us out to more people who might want to see this.
So yes, the pattern I've got on the Inkle loom I'm working on right now is Icelandic. So it kind of matches the saga pieces that we are going to talk. We're going to do another chapter of our saga tonight. I got to read ahead yesterday, or actually this morning. I was going to do it last night, and it was like
You
I just was too tired. I was out of gas, just completely. Just got in and went,
Nope.
Well, yes, I had to drop somebody off at the airport early yesterday morning, which meant I was out the door about an hour earlier than normal and standard full day for me. And I just went, nope, I give up. So I just kind of vegetated. So,
Oh yeah, I'm going to be working on another solid clone soon.
which one?
Gaia.
Oh, yes.
And my dog just.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one. I think, one, I love the name. I'm an earth mother, I will admit it. I spend so much time with dirt. So
Yeah, once I get it formulated, I'll have it. Well, it'll be ready by our trip to Ohio.
oh, you're ambitious. Oh shoot, that's right. I was supposed to do body butters. I know what I'm doing on Sunday. Oops.
I am actually kind of ahead on things right now.
I am woefully behind. I will honestly admit it. I probably should have been doing body butter and skipped the denim for a while because I don't need that immediately. I need that by
July.
I need some by May, and then I need the balance in July. But um, so yeah, I should probably do some body butter here. So a thing,
You can make me one.
a thing. But I'm doing the beeswax, so you can't have that. So you can't have that.
It doesn't change the fact that I love the product still.
Well, I do too. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to slip in some playtime with my products because I want to try out. So I've been just wrestling with solid bar hair conditioner. So the one I have right now is nice, but it's not good enough. So I need to do some more playing. So I found a formulation for a tallow-based bar, which is what I like to do because that is what so much of my soap is based on. And I have tallow because I have tallow. That's what I have.
The blacksmith just realized that the giant 5-gallon tub was nothing but coconut oil. He just realized that. He was thinking it was like motor oil for a while. I was like, whoa, that's a big.
So I knew I couldn't just go to the supermarket and get my fats anymore because I just needed too much. I went through it too fast. It was just getting too expensive to do it that way because I upped my game last year. And so I sent somebody to the restaurant depot to go pick up my fats. And I got a box of tallow, which I was really excited that they had it there. Sometimes they don't. I think I was there a few months before that and I didn't see it. Maybe I was just looking in the wrong place. But got 40 pounds of tallow.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And 40 pounds of lard and about 40 pounds of coconut oil. So that's the majority of the formulation that I use is those. My shampoo bar is tallow based too, so there's a thing here.
Well, and then we also have donations.
Yeah. Occasionally I will get drippings from events and things. I mean, that's what started it all. I saw all of this lovely tallow coming, all of this grease coming off of one of the girls at an event, and I went, hey, can you collect that for me? And I rendered it down and cleaned it up and started using that for soap making, and it was fabulous. But with the volume of soap I do, I just can't make it out of my kitchen fast enough. I mean, I still save and collect my fats and use that, but I just need to supplement it with commercially available stuff now, which is, it kind of makes me sad, but it is just the fact of life here. So,
Yeah.
oh, so we've got, what do we have here?
Rings.
How fun. How fun. Stickies. Yes. So, actually, this is coming along quite nicely. I started this. Yeah, so I always count because I've got 8 wraps.
Yeah.
I kind of gauge it by, okay, am I halfway? It's not quite accurate, but because some of the wraps are shorter, but it's like, okay, I've got 3 wraps. So I've made some good progress on this one. That's kind of exciting. This one actually does pretty good for me. It's lively. Although that white gets lost in the yellow, so it's
I kind of think, well, granted, I'm colorblind, so what do I know?
it's not bad. It's not bad. I like the Oseberg that when I get this one strung up here, it's going to be very, very lively. I think it's going to be gorgeous. It might turn out to be one of my favorite combinations. We'll see. I'm not going to put too many hopes on it, but it looks pretty just sitting here in string. So yeah, I'm making the edges a little wider, so it will be not quite as wide as the burqa that I did, but it is going to be similar. A little narrower, but it's going to have that same sort of width to it and feel. So I think it will be a fun pattern when I get done with it. So, although this morning when I was trying to warp on, my threads kept tangling. I was so frustrated because I had to do it. I had to warp it on a little differently than I wanted to. I wrapped one of the ends around the post, and then I had to untangle all the string. I'm hoping that helps because the burqa that I was doing, that warp thread wanted to wrap itself up, and it was getting kind of tangled. So it was a little. I think it probably shortened my project by a few inches because it just tangled itself so bad that I couldn't move the cards anymore. So yes.
So we need to get you one of the big Viking looms one of these days.
Oh, the warp weighted. I was talking to somebody at work the other day. So my coworkers are fabulous. They are so supportive. I love it. They, hey, when are you starting your festival run here? And well, as a matter of fact, next weekend. And so we were talking about just projects. So one of the interns that I worked with is from Texas and would go down to Mexico and look at the indigenous people weaving. And I was kind of describing what the Viking weaves would be and just how complicated some of that stuff was and just what they could do. So historically, they've been going back and forth trying to figure out what were the sails made of because they didn't last. So it's really hard archaeologically to figure out what they were made out of. So the theories running right now is it was felted wool. So they would weave, and they think in a 2-2 twill pattern on a warp weighted loom, which just amazes me because to do a twill on a warp weighted loom is so phenomenal. So
I don't understand half of that, but
well, so to get, and I was watching a program, and
let's just start by explaining twill.
Well, and I don't even know if I can do it justice. So I don't do twill on my rug loom. It's complicated. It would be similar to this spot Bronson that I've got going on this rigid heddle. Okay, so that's yeah, exactly. So I've got the rigid heddle has basically slots and holes that help me move the warp threads up and down so I can pass. So they call it a shed. So this spot between my cards here is called a shed. And that's where I pass. So warp thread is the vertical this way. The weft is the horizontal. That shed is where I can pass my threads back and forth and move things and just lock things in place. But they were doing a very complicated weave like that with sticks and heddles and on a very, very primitive sort of loom. And
you already get frustrated with it.
Well, just get it strung. I was just like, yeah, I love the weaving part. I hate the dressing the loom and warping everything on and stringing the heddles part.
Just like I'm sure all of them did in the medieval era.
Well, I'm sure that was. So the warp weighted looms don't have the heddles that I've got. So they had a heddle stick that you would push and pull the threads forward and backward, and just amazing what they did. But so the math was to do a sail for a ship would take a couple of years and about 200 sheep in a village. So they were artisans. They were truly, truly artisans and craftsmen to do that. And just think about the expenditure and the length of time it took just to get a voyage going. It's like, and I think that's going to tie into our story a little bit tonight too, at least the chapter we're going to read. So probably a good segue for that. Just the timing that it took and what the effort is to do what you're going to do. So yes, but they would dye the sails. They would do crazy stuff. I mean, they really took pride in what they did, and they had a lot of time vested in it. So the other thing I was talking about with this gentleman was people took care of their clothing. So they mended because the effort to have a piece of cloth was tremendous. So linen, that would have been the
fiber.
Yeah.
Well, you got to grow the fiber.
Grow the fiber, ret the fiber, break the fiber, sketch the fiber, spin the fiber, weave the fiber before you can, and then you dye it before you even get to make a garment. So there's time and processing just there. I'm so amazed. With the commercial mills, I think we just don't appreciate fiber the way we used to. And so much of it now they do artificially as well. So, but you will always feel better with natural fibers. So they would wear the linen next to their skin because that was going to be the comfortable stuff. So that's your under tunic, that's your underwear.
And wasn't the linen easier to patch and fix?
Not necessarily. I mean, equally easy is what I would say. But the wool would be the warmer outer layers that you would wear, and so yeah, lots of sheep going on in some of that stuff too, and then just all of the processing that took place, and the big vats of dye that they would use when they were doing their fibers. And
at Great Northern Viking Festival, they had a demonstration with the giant vats. I didn't get to go watch it, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's, I think one of the Viking villages in Scandinavia kind of does those early dyeing demonstrations.
Could they have been from, or with the Glima crew?
No. Not that I'm aware of, but I think the Hearth guys will be back this year in Mankato. So that's the Glima.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it'll be fun and exciting.
Because I think, was it Soul Fox Creations? I think they might be there again. I'm not sure. I thought I saw something posted about them.
Okay.
I haven't checked.
Yeah,
so.
I haven't looked either. I mean, I've been so focused on trying to get this first event off the ground here that it's like, so a little bit. It's like, okay, peace and tranquility. So I need a peace and tranquility.
I need hope.
Well, there's hope. It's just, and I will hit a point probably Monday when I'm just like done. I just need to start packing out here. So, but we will work up until that point in time and just thrash on it a touch because we've got a little bit more time to thrash. But I think I'm thrashing on the wrong things. Is kind of what it sounds like. It sounds like I need to do body butter. So, which is fine.
You were so focused on the trim. You're just like, I need the trim.
Well, it takes
the longest. But
so
now you've
I kind of am at the point where it's like I need to just stop and focus on body butter. So
because I knew that. Well, I'm pretty speedy at jewelry, so I wasn't too worried about that. I still have an entire box, I think, floating around here somewhere of
Just Viking stuff.
yeah. Because I took it all out for.
Well, I'm just worried that we've got stuff stashed away in corners and I'm going to forget something. That's the other fun that we have. But
That's why I leave it out in the open, in a
Well,
place of major
yes.
inconvenience.
Yeah. Trip. What did I trip over? Oh, hey, all of the stuff I need to put into the van. So
That's my method, is just if I put it out, it will bug me if it's sitting out, because I'm one of those people with OCD. I gotta put everything back where I found it. So,
well, I do tend to work off of piles because I can see it. And okay, there is my pile of this. So when my pile gets moved, then I get a little cranky. So
Christy says, me too.
It's in my face. I can see it. I know where it is. I try to make the pile somewhat neat, but I work off of piles. I absolutely do that.
I do that for card games.
Well, I mean, my whole studio is piles. It's like, okay, I have a pile of linen, this color in this corner because I know that is for the beekeeper tunics. I have
to be an artist.
Yeah.
And a craft.
I have never, and maybe I am being disingenuous to myself. I am a performing artist and I just have to get over it and I'm an engineer and an artist.
I have to come to terms with the fact that I'm an artist type.
And I guess I always have been. I took a step back and went, oh, wait a minute. My entire childhood into, young adulthood, I was training to be a performing artist. And when I pivoted and went into science, everybody just did a what? What? Who is this? But still kind of keeping that grounding in my performing arts. So I do like my audience. So it has taken me a while to acknowledge that, but I do. So this is the creative piece. That was the other thing that we were talking about at work was it's hard to see or get a sense of accomplishment when you're playing with numbers, but when I'm weaving or creating, it's like I did that. That was what I did, and that's kind of that sense of accomplishment people need. There are ways of getting there, but this is way easier and more satisfying. So
I just have pro brain. I like making shiny things. I like making things shiny.
okay,
Is that a Midas thing?
maybe
Touch of gold.
maybe touch of gold. But yeah, you can get just that sense of accomplishment is such an important piece. When I'm weaving, I could just no cares. And I think that's why Ability Weavers does what they do, is it's very therapeutic for the folks that they work with. So just throw the shuttle, which is all good. So it's almost, well, this will be interesting to see as the daylight changes for us. And I am saying nothing bad about having daylight, because daylight is good. Just the ambiance in the studio will change because now we'll have evening sun coming in much longer in the day because we've got a west-facing skylight for the studio, which I love, but we won't have that evening hearth ambiance nearly so much. So I think the other thing I saw post-wise for Village Viking Festivals, it starts on a full moon.
Yes. And then Great Northern is for the summer solstice.
It's a little too early. Solstice? Summer. Yeah, it will be for the summer solstice. Yeah, summer. Yeah, so very, very close to dates there. So very exciting. So, I mean, the Scandinavians celebrate the solstice with vigor. I was visiting my relatives during the solstice, and they were kind of maniacs. So my Finnish relatives, we were there during Juhannus, and everybody yeah.
Want to explain that?
So Juhannus, St. John's Festival. So, and everybody was, wow.
When is that?
June. It's the solstice.
No.
Many years ago. But everybody kind of goes on holiday. It's just everything is shut down. So it's like, why are we here? Exciting though. Lots of party.
Of course,
yes. Lots of bonfire, lots of party. Yes.
I know our ancestry.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, it was just kind of interesting to be there during that time. So we were so jet lagged, and then our relatives are summer crazy because it's daylight outside, and they would come in, and I mean, we did sauna, end of the night, beer, you're out like light, and they would be back at 6 a.m. in the morning. It's like, I just got to bed. So I'm jet lagged and I just got to bed. So.
Because Grandma really likes saunas. She had to have one built.
I helped you build it.
I think
Yes.
I technically did too. At some point.
So that was usually the first thing that went on a property, was the sauna. And then the house could get built. So sauna first, then the house. Priorities. I would not be shocked if my great-grandmother was not born in the sauna. That was typically where they would do that if they didn't have or if they didn't go to the hospital. So midwife would bring them out to the sauna. It was usually one of the cleanest places that they had.
Yeah.
You think about it being steam cleaned all the time. But yes. Yes. This is moving along quite nicely. I'm very excited about this.
All right, and we are about at another hour.
Okay, so that sounds like a good time to do a little saga.
Well, how long is your story?
Well, the chapter that I'm going to read tonight is a little longer.
Okay, so you could start.
I could start now, if that's okay with everybody. So I will recap where we went. So our mayhem and chaos continues this week. So we're on chapter 3, or we're going to read chapter 3 tonight. So just to recap from the first 2 chapters, we started with 3 brothers. First one died at the hands of a berserker. There was the second brother, and he was supposed to return a sword and didn't, and bad things happened, and he died. So the remaining brother, Thorbjorn, had 3 sons and a daughter. So the middle son, Gisli, in our last chapter, killed a friend of his brother's to satisfy his father's desire to keep this friend away from seeing the daughter, because people were talking and they just said, yep, no, you stay away, and it didn't go well, and swords were drawn and bad things happened. So Gisli is the middle son, Thorkel's the older son, and that's kind of who we're going to talk about in this chapter. Ari, the middle son, or the third son, they had fostered him out, so he doesn't play here. And Thordisa she's actually the oldest kid, but she is the daughter. So Thorkel, the oldest brother, was there when his brother Gisli had drawn the sword and killed Kolbein. That was the friend. Thorkel had been Kolbein's greatest friend and could not bear to be at home and would not change swords with his brother Gisli. So he went to a friend on the Isle of Saxa who was akin to Kolbein and stayed at his house. And Thorkel had egged this man Skeggi on to avenge Kolbein, nice brother, right? And at the same time tried to go woo his sister Thordisa. So they went to Skeggi's father's farm with 20 men, or they went to his dad's farm.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, Skeggi. Or Thordisa. Yeah.
Bleh.
So Thorkel was in on this. So Skeggi went to his father Thorbjorn's farm with 20 men, and they came to the house and they began to talk to the king's son-in-law about marrying Thordisa, but the father Thorbjorn would not have the match. So Bard, he was one of the other friends who was involved here. He was Colbain's friend, and he had been settling it with the brother that maybe he was going to marry Thordisa. So, yeah, Skeggi blamed Bard for losing the match, so he went to challenge Bard to a fight on the Isle. And Bard said he would come, as if he didn't, he wasn't worthy of Thordisa if he didn't dare fight for her. So Thorkel and Skeggi went to Saxa. Now they had 21 men with them, and they waited for the day of the duel. But when the day and night had come and gone, the brother Gisli went to find Bard and asked him, well, "Are you ready to fight?" And Bard said yes, and asked whether he should have the match if he, whether he could win and marry Thordisa if he fought. And Gisli said that the time to talk about that was after the fight. And Bard said, "Yeah, well, maybe it's better if I do not fight Skeggi." Gisli had some words. "You are a dastard," I think was what he said. "You would bring us to shame for this, so I think I will go fight myself," Gisli said. So Gisli went to the Isle with 11 men. In the meantime, Skeggi had come to the Isle and staked out the list for Bard and laid down the law of combat, and after all, saw that neither Bard or anyone to fight on the Isle in his place. There was a man named Fox who was Skeggi's smith, and Skeggi asked Fox to carve a likeness of Gisli and Bard. "See, one stands just behind the back of the other, and this laughingstock will put them to shame." Well, Gisli was on the island, and he heard these words, and from the woods he called out, "Your servants will have other handier work to do. Here, behold a man who dares to do battle with you." Them's fighting words. Then they both stepped on the isle and fought. Each bore his own shield before him. Skeggi had a sword called Warflame, and he struck at Gisli till the blade sang, and Skeggi chanted, "Warflame fierce flickered, flaring on Saxa." Now Gisli had his battle axe, and he took off the tail of the shield and Skeggi's leg along with it when he struck, and he chanted, "Grimly grinned Ogremaw, gaping at Skeggi." So, little trash talking here, is that? Yeah, trash talking. So Skeggi ransomed himself from the island and went through the rest of his life on a wooden leg. For a little bit, at any rate, until we get to the rest of the story. So Thorkel went home to his brother Gisli, and they mended their relationship because they had been at odds. So Thorkel had drawn all of this bad stuff out, and Gisli was thought to have become a great man by doing these dealings and duels. That winter, Einar and Sigurd, the son of Skeggi, set off from their home with 40 men and marched until they came to Cernadale, and that's where Thorbjorn lived. And they went to Bard's house at Hela and seized the door, and they gave Bard two choices. So Bard was Colbain's friend. First, he could lose his life, or second, he could go with them against Thorbjorn and his sons. And Bard said there was no ties between him and Thorbjorn and his sons. "I set more store on my life." So the group set out, and 10 men followed him. There were 50 men in total. They snuck up on Thorbjorn's house at Stock. So Thorbjorn's men were arranged so that some of them were in the hall and some of them were in the storeroom. And Gisli had built the storeroom some years back and made it smartly so every plank had been cut, so a loose panel was left in the middle, and on the outside they were fitted together, while within they were held by iron bolts and bars, and yet on the outside the planks looked as if they were all one piece. So apparently Gisli was a pretty talented carpenter. The air that night was thick, and there was a sharp wind. The fire was on the right side of the storeroom, and Einar and Sigurd heaped a pile of wood both before the hall and the storeroom and set fire to them. But when those in the storeroom were aware of this, they threw open the outer door. By the entry stood 2 pails of whey, and they took the whey in goatskins and threw it on the fire and quenched it 3 different times. But the enemy made the fire a little further from the door on either side, and then the fire soon began to catch the beams of the house. The heads of household were all in the storeroom. So that was Thorbjorn, Thorkel, Gisli, and Isgerda and Thordisa. So basically the main family was all in the storeroom. Then Gisli stole away from the doorway to the gable end, and he pushed back the bolts, thrust out the plank. After that, he escaped, and all the others went with him. No one saw them leave because they were all guarding the door to see that no one came out, so they weren't aware of what was happening. So they snuck out the back door, but basically the back door that he had left there, sneaky. So Gisli and his kindred followed the smoke away from the house and got to the woods, and when they got so far, they turned back and saw the hall, and the whole house was ablaze. Then Gisli chanted, "Flames flare fierce o'er the roof and rafter, high the hubbub, loud the laughter, hissed with croak and barked with howl, ravens split and grey wolves prowl. Father mine, for lesser matter, erst I flesh on my maiden steel, hear me swear amid this clatter, soon our foes my sword shall feel." So we got a little poetry in this saga. Now Thorbjorn and his household sat there and basically watched the house burn. But the house burned to cold ashes. So those brothers, Einar and Sigurd, never left the spot till they had made up their minds that Thorbjorn and his sons and all the household had been burnt inside. So they were 30 souls who were burnt inside the hall. So not everybody did get out. So wherever those brothers went, they told their story that Thorbjorn was dead and all his household. But Gisli and his kindred never showed themselves until everyone went away. Then they got a force together by stealth and went to Bard's house and set fire to the homestead and burnt it up and the men who were inside. When they had done that deed, they went back and set about rebuilding their house. All at once, Gisli just took off by himself, so no man knew what had become of him. But when spring came, he came back. So remember what I said about how long things took? We'll get back to that in a minute. Then they set to work and they sold their land secretly, but they took all their goods with them. Now it was plain that Thorbjorn and his sons meant to change their abode and leave Norway, and that was why Gisli had gone away, that he was busy building their ship. And all this was done silently so that few knew they had broken up the household before they were on shipboard with 30 men beside the women. After that, they held their course for the sea and lay to under a lee of an island and waited there for a fair wind. One day when the weather was good, Gisli and his brother got into their boats. 10 men stayed behind with their ship and 10 got into each of the boats, but Thorbjorn stayed with the ship. Gisli and his brothers rowed north along the land and steered for Flydronis. Gisli wanted to look up the brothers before he left Norway for good and all. But when they went and got to Flydronis, they heard that Einar and Sigurd had gone to gather the king's dues. So Gisli and his men headed after them and lay in wait for them on the path they knew they were taking. The brothers were 15 in all with their men, so they met, and there was a hard fight. At the end of it, Einar and Sigurd fell with all their followers. Gisli slew 5 men and Thorkel 3. When the fight was over, Gisli said he had an errand to do up on the farm, so Gisli went to the far and into the hall and saw where Skeggi was lying and chopped off his head. They sacked the house and behaved much like enemies as they could and took all they could carry with them. After that, they rowed to their ships and landed on the island, made a great sacrifice and made vows for fair wind. And the wind came, so they put to sea with Iceland in the mind's eye. So there we go. We've got Gisli leaving Norway and heading for Iceland. So that's the end of our chapter for the night. So interesting story. And we are not done with that yet, but the mayhem and chaos continues.
Well,
So
we do have some time before the end of the stream, so 45-ish minutes.
Okay.
Did you want to start weaving on that one?
I don't, because I don't have all of my warp threads here. So it is such an up and down activity. So I was hoping to get a little bit further along with this one, but I just didn't get all the way there because I was working with denim. So
We had one comment, nice, that's cool to listen to. And then we had a whole bunch of hearts.
yeah, no, it's an interesting saga. So I get to read it ahead because I am doing a little bit of translation. The English that this was translated into is coming from about 1860. So I need to do a little adjustment here just to make it a little bit easier to understand and for me to read it without trying to stumble over stuff. But yeah, so I get
complicated.
I get a pre-read, and I'm trying not to change it so much that it doesn't lose the flavor. But definitely an interesting saga. So I don't know where we get to the outlaw piece here yet, but I'm sure that is coming. So yay!
Well, because I for one am reading. It was a book based off of like the sagas, the culture behind like their pagan worship. It's called The Way of Fire and Ice.
Okay.
And oh my goodness, is it intense?
Well, this is very similar to the book The Long Ships that I had. I didn't read it. I got it on book on tape, so I would listen
You still
to it.
read it.
Well, yes.
You listened to it.
I listened to it.
You listened to the whole book.
I listened to the whole book, and
It
it
still
was
counts.
like the 3 voyages of Orm the Red, and the lucky Orm the Red, or the luck of Orm the Red, is kind of some of the other things. And it was translated into English, so work of fiction, but it has that same sort of cultural, honor and genre.
What was one of the books from Ranger's Apprentice? It was an offshoot.
Oh yes, the Brother Band, or
Band of Brothers. No,
it was the Brother Band, I think.
Brother,
But yeah, I mean similar cultural appropriation in that book.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sad that the author passed, though.
That is
I read
sad.
those books.
We lived on those books. I got the first book on a whim. It was
all of us ended up reading.
Well, yes, I was in an airport. I think I was heading to Costa Rica. I mean, they sent me down there. Okay.
Are you talking about Ranger's Apprentice?
Yes.
Because Ranger's Apprentice was what we all started at.
Yes, but that was what got us started. Is I'm walking through a bookstore at an airport because I have nothing to read. I got sent to Costa Rica. Basically, it's pack your stuff, you're going.
I'm trying to remember. In Band of Brothers, the first book, didn't they start out and they were like in the shipyard?
Could be.
They were building a ship.
There's a lot of saga and storytelling around this. I think the culture was so strong and had such an influence. So
it still does to this day.
It does. I was reading something. It's like where did English come from? It was an Old Norse Viking yelling at a German with somebody in French in the back. I was just like, oh my goodness. It's like,
was that a joke? Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
obviously, but it's like, well, there's some truth here, because that was kind of the universe at the time. So we've got Old Norse, yelling at a Germanic tribe with French and Latin going on in the background. So it's like, okay, great. So we've got that mix of languages going on there, and all of the trading and the raiding and just that cross-cultural pollination. I think they talked about whether Vikings actually got tattooed or not. And
they did.
Mixed archaeological studies don't necessarily, the data doesn't support it, but the data doesn't not support it. So an unknown right now. They would have been influenced from their Spanish excursions because they were definitely there. So the Berbers or the Muslims in those areas would have probably used kohl eyeliner. So that might have come back with them. because
Well,
we like to copy things that we find cool or different or interesting.
yeah.
So that would have been a thing.
Because I thought that they had their own, like, old way of doing tattoo, kind of like stick poking, or but
And
not the
that's,
same.
yeah.
I don't remember.
So I think
We'll find out in Ohio.
I guess. Well, I mean, my oldest daughter was in Stockholm and got a Viking tattoo. She got a loyalty stave, and she did it the old way. So
Yeah.
it was kind of funny. I got to watch the video of that.
I still have it. So how did you do it?
Stick poking.
Okay.
So I mean, and that's when
That could
I was
also-
tattooed under duress, and that was how they did it. So
Well, that was for medical. So
That-
that's
right, but
separate.
we
issue.
call it duress, but it was that method. So just you put the ink on top and you just basically press it
Tap
into
it
the skin.
pretty
Yep.
much.
So interesting. And I think the video that I saw for the tattoo artists that are going to be in Ohio, that is what I saw. So interesting process.
I'm down.
Okay. Well, yeah. So
You're just like,
well, not so much. Just like, would I do that? I don't know. I might not have time. Probably won't have time.
probably won't have time.
That's a
Plus,
thing.
then there's the whole, having to take care of it until
Yeah.
it heals. And then
Yeah,
come back.
that's going to be a non-thing. So a non-starter right there. So yeah.
Eventually, I'll get around to something like that. But
Yeah. Well, the whole textiles, anything that's I've been watching mummies and Vikings. And,
did you just veer?
Yes,
off
I did.
again? Okay, yeah,
Tangent.
ADHD squirrel over here. It's like, where did that go?
Well, it was, what gets stored or preserved, and some of it is just challenging. The fact that we actually found textiles preserved at all is amazing.
Tells you how well that they
Yeah.
respected the
Yes.
people that they buried.
Yes. So
Because if they took care of it that well, that
Yeah.
it is still existing to this day,
yeah. Well,
that is impressive.
the Oseberg grave find, where this replica loom, and actually if you go look at pictures, this loom looks very, very similar to that, like almost down to the tablets.
Well, he tried to make sure
Yeah.
that
So
he based it off of
Yeah.
actual
off the pictures, yeah.
Yeah.
So, which is amazing that it was preserved and lasted, and we have those images, and we can try to recreate the textiles of the time, because that's such a challenging thing. I mean, a lot of
Well,
the
and
times
then-
it's just little fragments of fabric.
well, and it's not only that, it's like figuring out how they did it using the resources that they had.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the other challenging part of it. It's like you can go and get thread anywhere now, but like doing it from scratch all the way to the finished product, that is
Well, I was talking to one of the reenactors who had tried to spin, and it just baffled him. It's like, it is.
wait, which festival was it?
I think that was actually when we were at Jaybird, and I was just talking to Kevin as he came through the booth.
Oh, okay.
He had
Yeah.
actually attempted and tried his hand at spinning, which I kind of, it is not just a one and done sort of thing. You need to keep, it's art. You would start at a very young age to
It's
be able to
skill.
get good at it, and there's the craft in there. So it's such a touchy thing. When I am spinning my cotton, I know if I've carded it well or not by how it spins, and then I'm like, oh, I kind of muffed that up. I got to go back and do some more here. So
Oh, did you want to show this one?
do that again. Oh, is that the blue one that you?
Yeah.
So the one that you're not selling. So this is
Well, it will be up for sale. It's just I have to wait on that a little bit.
So this is
Hold it. It's a collar type, so.
yeah. I like this one. This one's really pretty. So really pretty with your spikies.
Hey, You gotta have like what did I say about the glasses holders with swords on them?
Yeah, well, nothing.
Why are we not arming our folks with tiny swords? Everyone needs tiny swords in their accessories.
Of course you do. But
I need to take that with tomorrow. Because let's see. It could be like what, Thursday? Right? No,
we leave
Wednesday.
Thursday. So yeah, packing is happening on Wednesday. So that will be everything gets shut down.
I completely forgot we were leaving the middle of the week.
Yeah, middle of the week, because technically we start selling on Friday at
5 to 10.
Well, yeah, kind of 5 to 10. Because yeah, why not?
Remind me to take it easy a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe
it will be an interesting drive out there, no doubt. Maiden voyage of our trailer. So I'm sure we will be decorating as we go. I still haven't ordered my spare tire cover. I will get that done at some point in time, but there's just been other things in front of that right now. So
the question is, should I bring all the lights?
Good question. I think we would use them Friday, but we won't be selling past 5 on Saturday and Sunday. So
But we have a live stream.
But we have a live stream, so I guess we bring the lights because we have a live stream. So there we go.
And it's an excuse.
Asked and answered. So
I'm excited. Because I haven't been to this one before, so it will be
new experiences. New experiences. And I think our weather's going to be good, which I have been watching very carefully.
And I'll have, hopefully I get time to get out and do some filming around the festival.
Yeah, that will be fun. I'm sure you will.
Yeah, we'll see. Otherwise I can just put one on our blacksmith while he wanders.
GoPro him.
No, I got one specifically to deal with him.
Ah, okay. Well then, what does that say?
Well, I mean, he gets to go and wander around, so it's like, okay, well, you're gonna work for me while you're. It's like the cats that have like the tiny GoPros on their collars, just running around out in the wild, you know. See what the cat's doing.
Yeah, like a trail cam on our blacksmith. Is that what that is?
Blacksmith camera. Oh, it's funny.
That will be interesting. No, I'm looking forward. I am feeling a little frazzled just because there's so much to do between now and then, but I will eventually just go, yep, my give up, and that will be a thing. It will be a thing. So, yes, I need to not worry about denim right now, worry about things that I actually need to worry about. So, oops. That's a thing.
So should I make more of our Sally clothes? Well, actually, no, I'm almost out of tins, so I'll do the Gaia and then I'll hold off and see how they do.
Okay. That sounds like a plan.
Oh. Are they out in the war wagon?
Yes, they are in the war wagon.
Okay. Because I might need to just make some more arboretum.
Okay. Which is my favorite. So that's the lilac and sweetgrass. So.
Well, I think we've given a couple out as samplers.
Could be. Did I send one of those down to Texas?
I'm not sure. sure.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
But I was thinking about giving one
Ah, okay. To that crew.
well, since we'll see it tomorrow.
Yes, that is true. The Texas crew is up here, so we've got Freya and Tira in the same state.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That's
And
right.
Bruna.
Ruh-roh.
The three elements are colliding. But we're all fire signs.
Yeah, we did talk about that. We did talk about that. It's like, what happened here?
Hey,
All Fridays, all fire.
you picked them.
Well, you know.
You were the only one that had saying that. I think. By technicality.
Not the Fridays that you were born. You guys figured that one out on your own, so I guess I did too, for that matter.
Yeah.
But somewhat long odds for that one, but that's good.
Still did it.
Yeah. Yes, this is moving along quite nicely. So, yay! I like it when that works.
And welcome in, Andrew. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are slowly starting to wrap up. We got about another 30 minutes before we have to end the live stream for tonight.
I feel like I'm just weaving in a frenzied pace.
What?
Frenzied pace. There we go. Frenzied pace.
Nice.
Yes.
And I am just packaging your necklaces. Wow.
Yeah, I think I realized I have some soap that needs to come off the cure rack here too. But that.
Did you get around to doing a scented? Oh, thank you for the follow, Andrew. Thank you so much. But did you get the scented vegans started?
No, I
Vegan
have.
soap?
So the vegan that I've got. So, and I had been asked at a festival if I had any vegan soap, and I realized I didn't. So, and I think he really wanted to buy some, but he's like, my wife would not be happy with me if I brought that into the house. So, but then I have some other people who had asked me if I had anything unscented. So I'm like, okay, well, let's do a vegan unscented. So it is a very, very plain soap. I played with it a little bit. So I've got one of the samples that I've been testing.
What all do you have on the cure rack right now?
I did do another batch of vegan. I think I want to do one more. So I have that on the cure rack. I have, I think, Frost Giant. I think all of the Serrana is packaged now. I have a Frost Giant. I think I have a Woodsman. And I might have a Stable Master on the rack. I will probably have to start doing shampoos here pretty soon.
Those you sell out.
Yeah, so I think I will have to look at my inventory there and figure out which one. It will probably be the sandalwood and the lavender for sure.
Yeah, those. The peach also sells too.
Yeah, not as much. Those, if I focus on those two first, I should be in much better shape, or at least happier with my contingency plan. That is really what that is. And then we got to figure out what we're going to pack for extra material for next weekend, which should be fun.
Material.
Yeah, just have product.
Oh.
Yeah, just making sure we got everything with us.
Oh, did you want to show that one? I don't know if we've actually showed it on camera yet.
Oh, maybe not. Oh, this one was pretty. So
Flip it. You might have to bring it a little closer. It's a little
Yeah.
That's
So
quartz, hematite, moonstone. Oh, what else did I throw in there? Pretty sure most of it's in there.
well, and you're labeling all of your.
And pearl.
That's right.
That's right.
So, and you are labeling all of your semi-precious stones, right?
Oh,
so,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that will be helpful.
The tag usually has just a list of everything that is on it. It's like I run out of room, so I have to flip to the back side and start listing.
Oops. Yeah, no.
Here's another one.
So stone.
Showed yet.
Stone is all listed on those. Oops.
Because every single one's different because it depends on the stones and the grade and, what the...
So what's on this one?
I think that one is smoky quartz and onyx. I think there's hematite at the back. If I remember right. Oh, and garnet. That's right. That one has garnet in it.
Okay. And my apron chain, what did you make this one out of?
I think I tried to keep to mostly durable. So you have a lot of amber.
Yeah, I see that.
There.
I see that.
Cracked glass. I
got some hematite on there too.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, I can tell it's got some semi-precious on there just because of the weight of it. So it's like, oh yeah, okay. I feel this one. So some of them are a little lighter, but.
So I like to alternate. I like to mix and match materials just because sometimes there's a look that I'm looking for that I can't get in precious gemstones unless I go back down to my supplier constantly and start comparing every single day while I'm in there. So I try and mix and match as best as I can. So and the cracked glass under sunlight just
it is nice. It's
very
interesting look, and it kind of blends with other things. But yeah, the mix and match is always a challenge. So
well, I mostly like to make things that you could wear in the sunlight and it would just pop. But I also have my own particular artisan style. I don't think many people make similar things these days. I know it used to be popular way back when, but it is not in the same sense as it is now. So, like that would have been kind of Art Deco? No.
I don't even know if I would. I don't know if I could put a name on that. It's definitely. It's got a little more tribal flair to it. It's
tribal, but it's gothic, but it's Art Deco.
It's just you. It's just you.
Wow.
So,
because I really liked like Victorian collar necklaces.
Okay, which is kind of
which
that
is where
choker.
The shape comes in.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make it like both gothic, but also you could wear it at the office and totally not have people staring at you funny. They'd be looking at it because it's cool,
Yeah.
The custom necklace that I made for Maria, that one, she loves that one. I am so happy that turned out so well for her.
That is good. I'm glad she likes that. So
I just get a selfie of her in her office wearing it, and I'm like, okay, good to know.
That is good. Okay, it has left the house. Yay!
I'll get like another occasional selfie from that.
That's so good. Yeah.
So most of the time at the booth, people walk away with the product on.
Yes. Well, that is also a good thing too. So
no, I need this now. This fits so perfectly.
Well, it's that pair of shoes you walk out of the store with because it's so cool. Yes. No, I will wear this. Thank you.
Because usually with the apron chains, they're like putting it on
in the
store.
Yep.
We just throw in the package and get that.
Yeah, I think we did put apron chains out, but not the right genre for that.
I put them out just
to show.
Just to have.
Yeah, we didn't put any of the trims out because I am saving those until next weekend.
The apron dress is kind of a signature or apron chains are kind of signatures for us.
Yes. Yes, they
I
are.
don't really see very many people with those out at the festivals.
No, we are probably, so the trims, the apron chains. I mean, we want that for, and that's why a lot of the other vendors and the reenactors come to our booth. I mean, Knights and Pints, I think they stripped every pananular brooch I had on
Oh yeah,
the rack. So
well, they stripped all the apron chains too.
yes, so and that's fine. That's why we bring them. You know, please go home with them.
I have an entire stockpile sitting back there.
Yep. So yep. So yeah, no, it's a thing. So it's the way. This is what we dress like on the weekends. So
And
somebody,
weekdays.
Yeah.
Speaking for myself.
well, I walked into the dance studio and I knew I was doing our Valhalla number, and they looked at me. Oh, this is just my weekend here. You know, it's like it's a thing. It's a thing.
Well, yeah, because you braid it and then you kind of just wear it through.
Yeah, I think the first time I walked into the studio with my hair down, they just went, whoa. So
Well, usually you have it partially
right.
up.
I have it usually all the way up because it just gets in the way otherwise. So I just left it half down, and they went, oh, it's so long. So they were just shocked. But yeah. So I don't know, kind of recap what we talked about tonight. Oseberg Loom project is done. The burqa turned out fabulous. So the math actually worked pretty good. 20% shrinkage.
So how long is that one?
It's 134 inches. So I warped it at about 150.
So that could go on like a dress.
Yes, this is long enough. So we've got the yardage now that you could do the front part of a cloak with this one. So it's a little wider than a lot of the other ones, but that's because
Or a hem of a dress.
Yeah.
That could also be good.
It might be a little short for that, but yes, absolutely.
Well, if it's a tight tunic. Maybe.
Yeah. So I was pleased. I love the blue and white. It's really striking. It's that darker. It's a little darker blue than I've been working with, but just.
Because I could see that on an apron dress.
Oh, absolutely. I did a blue and white, more geometric one that I have on one of my tunics. That I made that one just for me. I haven't done that because it's not quite period. I'm trying to be very, very careful about just being a little more period correct with the stuff that I put out at the Viking festivals. So
I just like making jewelry, so it is what it is.
So I think we'll have the black and gold burqa that I had done. So that one, I will start working on a black and silver one after we get back from this festival. Actually, maybe not. I'll probably warp up the Oseberg with something else between now and then.
Depending on if we have time, you could do it at the website.
I could, except that when I do those long pieces, I like to be on a warping peg, and I just have to be able to have distance. So that one's one that I won't do on camera here because I'll be down the stairs.
Down.
Well, to get it warped on is kind of down and back, which is why I'm not doing this with this loom tonight. I'm half done warping it on. Probably tomorrow or Sunday I'll be ready to weave on this one. So that will be exciting. I will only start it. I'm going to leave it for the festival. So I will just kind of hover on this one a little bit. So should be done.
You hover around it, knowing you?
Yeah, a little bit. So this, I'm very excited. This color combo I think is going to be fabulous. Very earthy.
It'll match your current.
Oh,
ensemble.
it's so me on colors. Yes, it's brown and burgundy.
Are you sure it's even going to make it?
I make no comment. So I'm really pleased with how it looks together, even just as fabric and fiber. So
well, if you lift it, you might be able to show it in the
maybe.
It's
a little too dark
here.
Yeah, it's going to be a darker one. I think that white, and it's only half done, so there's going to be more white in there than there is now. So it's going to really pop when we get there. So, yes. So, the Village Viking Festival coming up. If you're in Burton, Ohio, or anywhere nearby, come stop by and see us. We will be there starting Friday.
And which saga are you going to try and cover a saga next week?
I will try to get another chapter of the saga ready to go. So maybe I will do chapter 4 for us if I can get that done and prepped ahead of time.
Because I can just set you up in a corner.
Yeah. So I will see if we can pull that off.
I'm gonna like from that one.
Yeah. So I will see if I can pull together chapter 4 for us for the booth next week. So,
and like I said, we'll see if we can get some of the festival organizers on, maybe talk about it and spread the word as well.
Yeah, they might be busy with the drum circle, so we'll see.
If they have time.
If they have time, they can stop by. I'm not going to pressure them into doing that if they're like completely frazzled.
Which I know that usually first day they always are.
Yeah, so. I don't like to do that to people if they're, but if they stop by and they're just wandering about.
Otherwise, we could always try streaming on another day too.
Yep.
If you guys wanted to see that.
Yeah, we'll talk to them when we pull in. I know they've got a bunch of homeschool kids coming in for Friday.
Yeah, because it's the school and
so we'll see.
Groups.
We'll see how that works and how that might be just, they just need to coordinate hard, and that might be just a very distracting day for them. So,
because I know we will at least be on our live. We'll be in the booth.
Yep.
You'll see behind the counter.
Yep. And then I think the following Friday we will probably we'll have to look at timing on that. We might be scrambling. We might have to go just a hair later because we are going to be in Lake Nebagaman, Wisconsin.
As long as I have service, we can at least be on TikTok.
Well, we might be outside. So.
All right. I can go check that.
Yep. So that will be interesting. We are going to the Wolf Center on Saturday. So
are you going to wear your furs?
That seems like kind of a mean thing, doesn't it?
Well, you have fake fur.
I have fake, yes.
So they won't be offended by that.
I hope not.
They might look at you funny, like, what is wrong with you? But
no, I probably won't wear fur to the Wolf Center.
It's a funny hat.
That seems like a bad idea on a couple of levels. But
no, but you can wear your earrings. Well, you can wear this after.
I could. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I have not been there. It's been on a list of things to do.
I don't think I've been. We've been to the Raptor Center.
Yes, and that was a good trip.
Wildcats too.
We didn't get to do the Wildcat Center because they don't usually bring visitors in. We sent stuff to them. The Wildcat Sanctuary. So Tira liked to do. We like to do very natural science projects. So let's see. We did moths and butterflies.
Several years.
Yep. Well, and that was
just because I had the material already.
Well, you find a woolly bear, you hatch a woolly bear. So what does a woolly bear caterpillar turn into?
Isabella moth.
An Isabella moth. Yep.
How many times did I come home with caterpillars in my pockets?
Many times. How many times did the Isabella moth get loose in the house? Many times.
How many morning cloaks got loose in the house? Only one.
Yes. And that was a fabulously interesting. So we've got monarchs, and I have milkweed at the property, and so we've got monarchs that hang out with us.
Well, so what was the spiky caterpillars? Were they morning glories or no? Morning cloak. Morning cloak.
Yes.
The butterfly, but it has this deep blue on the wing.
It was a very, very pretty butterfly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the caterpillar
is
this
ugly.
Tiny. No, it's not.
Okay.
It's gothic.
Okay, all right.
It's black with bright red or orange little dots on its back with spikes sticking out. It's goth.
Okay, all right. So you say.
Morning cloud butterfly caterpillars are goth.
So that was
That's
that
probably
was
why
one
I
of
like
those-
them.
Yeah, probably. That was one of the science projects. Let's see. We did
Soil samples
soil samples.
across Minnesota.
Yep. You did Wildcats of Minnesota.
Yep.
And so that was kind of an interesting one. So we built a bobcat den for the Wildcat sanctuary that year. So that was
Which
the
it was-
project in the garage. So
Which it was insulated. It had. Did we put carpeting down? No,
No.
we didn't.
no, they don't do that. They usually just do a couple layers of plywood in there because
Yeah.
cats scratch the flooring up and then they can just replace it. So and then we did raptors also. So we spent some time actually looking for red-tailed hawks around the Twin Cities. We went
And didn't
down
we
to
go
the
to-
Eagle Center,
Was that in New
Wabasha.
Wabasha?
Yeah, so actually we were there during some of the migration period.
Yeah, and we got to see like actual eagles doing the courting,
Cartwheeling.
cartwheeling.
Yeah. So
over the river.
yeah. So it is interesting because where we live, we have
Eagles
A-
everywhere.
nesting pair that is a prolific nesting pair. They are on their nest religiously. Like January, I know they're starting to rebuild and getting ready. They have hatched so many eaglets.
So many.
So I know spring is coming when I see mom and dad near the nest, and so I think
Well, and the juniors will come and stop on our house.
yeah, they hang out here.
They just perch on the
The
roof.
eaglets are hatched because mom is standing on the edge of the nest now, and I watch dad kind of fetching and hunting. So it's been interesting. So I don't know that I've seen that particular nest actually fledge anything, but I don't have
Which
enough.
one?
The one down the road from us. So I have not actually seen their eaglets fledge, but that's fine.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they do. Cause
Well, I know they do because they hang out here after they're.
Well, there was one tiny little thing that was sitting on a branch. Well, it wasn't tiny, but it was compared to the adults it was sitting next to. It was smaller. So
Okay,
maybe I got to see one.
maybe you did. I have not seen the little ones there, up and on the edges, but.
But
Yeah.
that eagle pair has been there as long as
They-
we've been here. So
Huge nest, very secure.
the farmers don't even bother them. It's just
No, and they have like a farm field right underneath their nest, but they also have roadkill deer everywhere, so they have good eating. I mean,
ooh, I only have to go 500 feet to get a meal.
yeah. And I know that they've got migrating birds that they'll take too,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I've seen them on those as well. So
Well, and then they've got the river
Yeah.
just a couple miles off.
So-
So it's very prolific around here.
and I think we'll have some raptor demonstrations at some of the Viking festivals too,
Yeah.
which is always fun.
I was just thinking about the one owl that was like completely weirded out and almost landed on my head at Renfest.
Was it one of the little ones?
I think it was, I'm not sure it was a barred. I think it was a barred maybe. It was gray, white, and black.
Round face.
Round face, yep.
Okay.
Had the
Yeah.
black
yeah.
mark.
Yeah.
I think it was
Okay.
a barred.
Barded. That sounds right. We've got an owl around here.
We have a barded.
Yeah.
And
okay.
what's barn
great
owl, great owl. There's a new one that's moving in, and I hear them yelling at me all night when I let the dog out.
Well, I know we had one that was sitting on our mailbox.
And it was big.
Yes. So we have wild critters. We have wild critters.
Oh, the deer last night or earlier this week. I let the dog out, and yes,
Shameless.
Yep.
Shameless.
I'm like making noise. I'm hooting and hollering, and so
They just give you the
Yes.
sup.
no, they gave me the curious. Huh? What?
Who are you?
Do you have food for me? No? Okay. It just goes back to grazing, like nothing happened, like there's not a dog.
Shameless. Shameless.
500. Well, yeah, I guess that would be kind of. No, it's not 500. More like 200 feet.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But there was like 10 of them down there.
Shameless. There must have been something good to eat down there. So.
Well, I know that there was also another set that ran off on the other end of the field. So I'm guessing that was either mom and dad or the older,
Shameless.
the older ones.
Yeah, shameless.
Because they
Just
looked
shameless.
kind of small, so I'm
Smaller.
guessing they might have been
Yearlings or
something like that. It
Couple years.
is about that time that they would be wandering on their own now.
yes, our shameless deer,
Mm-hmm.
our coyotes, our owls.
The coyotes, when they're getting to that juvenile to young adult,
They're trying to howl and their voices crack.
Yeah.
It just kind
and you hear it in the middle of the night, and you're just like, "What was that?"
of shameless deer, the shameless coyote, the juvenile adolescent voice cracking
Well,
coyote.
they'll all start like the older ones will start, and they sound great. They sound like typical coyote, and then like the young ones will just come up and just start low and then just crack high, and it's too funny. That's right. I was getting yelled at by a blue jay earlier today.
Yeah, they do that. They are obnoxious sometimes. So.
And they just kept circling me.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it the first time. Alright, we are 7 minutes out. So again, thank you so much for everybody who has stayed tuned this entire time. Leave a tap on the screen. Let us know that you like this. We will be back here again next week too.
Yep, from the booth next week. So we will be in Ohio.
Does time zone change?
That is a good question. I think it does. I think we're on Eastern time, so we're going to have to do some math for ourselves. Brain math. That's going to be hard. So it will be actually 6 o'clock there. So probably during the opening drum ceremony, we will probably be on.
Because we'll try and keep it to the same time.
Yeah. So I think that will be Eastern time. I think we will be over the line there. So we'll probably get to hear the drum circle in the background.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So I don't know what the volume's going to be in the booth, but we will get something set up. We'll grab a chapter of our saga.
And we might just be on TikTok for next week, depending on.
I'm waiting for some pieces for our satellite, so we'll see.
So we might not be on YouTube, but we will be on TikTok for sure, because I can get a signal anywhere with that.
So it will be fun. It will be exciting. Probably a little more full costume than what you get right now, because we'll be in the booth, and probably will be furs next week, because I think it will be cool enough to do that. So I won't do the furs with the skulls on the shoulders. That's a little too Mad Max for me.
Well, then
So
I'll wear it. I don't mind skulls. I'm wearing a crow head on my apron.
Yeah.
chain.
So yeah, it will be good. We're gonna have some fun. Have all our wares out. You'll get to see the full booth setup next week. So
Well, yeah, I suppose that'll be the first time that they get to see the full booth.
the full tents, all of the tables will be up, all of our hardware will be out. Probably get to see the chairs for the first time too.
Well, I mean, we've posted stuff about the chairs, but
yeah, you'll get to see at least one of them set up. So yeah, exciting.
all right, 4 minutes. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Could you put those over there, please?
I can.
Actually, I'll just give you this whole stack.
Okay, got a stack. Oh, all right, excellent. Where do you want them?
And just put them over there.
Okay, I'll just put them down here. She's got her gnomes.
My Church of Gnome.
Yes. So we've got.
I am an ordained Gnomian minister.
They're very decorative and floral gnome hats.
Okay.
You went a little crazy.
Spring threw up on the hat. Okay.
It did. Yes, there was no editing, filtering, or restraint there.
No,
Zero.
Just my brain was like, ooh, shiny. Just add.
Yeah, it's.
It's flowers in a cone.
There was a story that I was reading, and there was a kobold who just liked certain things and
A
just
cobalt in a trench coat? Three
three
cobalts in a trench coat.
Three kobolds in a trench
That
coat.
is still my favorite just cobalt specific song.
But this kobold just liked prints and flowery things, and so that just kind of that hat reminds me of the kobold who likes flowers. So yes,
I don't
and
know what.
prints. Yes,
I don't know what happened. with
it's
that
very
hat.
not. It was not what I was expecting. Let's just put it that way.
You know, for someone who doesn't do like springy,
Fluffy,
yeah.
flowery things. That was kind of a what just happened. I was.
Well, okay. So I don't know how. I just started, and then my brain was just like, keep
there
going,
was no
keep
restraint,
going.
no editing, no filtering, just.
And then our blacksmith walked into the room, and he's just like, what you doing? And then I it's like, you come out of it a little bit of like, oops, what did I do? What
editing,
did I do?
No
And then,
filtering, no restraint.
well, and then I'm like inspecting it, like, what did I do here?
Mm-hmm. It is very not what I was expecting. It's like, and I look at it and I just shake my head every time I look at it. It's like, wow.
I'll have to get another one and redo it. A little less.
A little more restraint, a little more editing.
A little more my colors.
Yeah, okay, got it.
It's just like, ooh, it's green. Spring. And then my brain just ran with spring.
It's very floral. It's very floral. That's all I'm saying.
But Nomi and pendant.
Yep.
Were you going to show them that?
Oh, I can lift one up, I think.
Maybe if they're,
they're
maybe
kind
not.
of tangly.
Never mind. Well, there are the earrings up there, too.
Yeah, so, but yes.
Church Nim. We are not a cult.
So, that is a thing. Yes. So, yeah. So we've got that. Very green stuff.
All right. We are 1 minute out. So thank you again so much for joining us today. We'll see you again next week. Same time, same bat channel.
Absolutely. Good night, everybody.
All right. Yep, there we go. Why is it not working? There. Oh, we got one coming. See you next time. Button.